And I'm going to just jump very fast into hemolytic ones. And in hemolysis, if we make a erythrocyte, and again, you got everything uncoiled, so I don't have to worry that. But if this is a erythrocyte, hemolysis could be either due to something which is bad within the erythrocyte. So there's a problem within the erythrocyte, and it could be the membrane problem. So that would be very common in Europe, spherocytosis. And they're more fragile, so they get destroyed. They don't live as long, especially when they pass the spleen, okay? Then there could be something with metabolism of the erythrocytes. Okay, so metabolism, so enzymopathy. And it's the one you should know, it's the G6PD problem. So if they're acidic, they lyse. Okay, so in any kind of stress, they can lyse during surgery, infection. And remember, watch out, severe cases have even intravascular lysis, but most of them have lesion, again, which happens in the spleen. Okay, and the last one is hemoglobinopathies. Yeah, you can put the HbS, so that means sickle cell anemia, for example. Okay, so here's problem within the cell, and that's why they lyse. So these are intracorpuscular. So problem intracorpuscular. And the other ones would be extracorpuscular. So there's something that kills the erythrocyte, and it could be immune system. And remember over here, and again, watch the video on Coombs test, that's important, because normally you don't produce antibodies against your own erythrocytes if you're healthy. But in many cases you do, and then you got hemolysis, okay? So typically the erythrocytes have antibodies, your own autoantibodies that are over there, and if this erythrocyte flies through spleen, it gets destroyed, okay? Or don't forget, uncompatible transfusions, you can put it there as well, okay? So if patient with B blood gets A, whoa, you got a big problem. That's intravascular hemolysis, okay? Yeah? So incompatible transfusions, over here that would be Coombs test for direct Coombs test if you're doing the auto-antibodies against your erythrocytes. And then you got a non-immune ones, okay? So Coombs test will be non-immune, like, I mean, the transfusions are special, but if Coombs test is negative, then you know it's not due to antibodies, but it's rather some kind of mechanical distractions. So first of all, remember MAHA, that's when you have microthrombi, it's the macroangiopathic hemolytic anemia. So this is typically in DIC, TTP has, okay, or in HELLP. Okay, we're going to talk about these syndromes later. And then, of course, some prosthesis. Or if someone has a aortic valve stenosis, okay? So mechanical distraction when the healthy erythrocytes just get mechanically destroyed and bursted out. Okay? Good? So these are examples of hemolytic anemias, okay? And there are many more. But remember one important rule. It depends now where they lie, and you know that I used rather in these intracorpuscular, they will rather be destroyed in the spleen, except, watch out, severe cases have even intravascular lysis, but most of them have lesion, again, which happens in the spleen. But the other ones, and again, the immune ones, they will rather also be lysed in the, like the slight ones in spleen. But if it's a blood transfusion incompatibility or MAHA, so in DIC or due to prosthesis or whatever, it's going to be intravascular. And this is a big difference, because if you have extravascular hemolysis, so that means especially in spleen, it could be also in liver. Well, over here you will rather have what? Splenomegaly. Okay, splenomegaly, and there's going to be increased unconjugated bilirubin, and yeah, okay, so that's going to be, you're going to have jaundice or whatever. But in case of intravascular hemolysis, rather, you're going to have lots of free hemoglobin, and that means you're going to have decreased haptoglobin. Okay, that's the one which catches the hemoglobin. And what organ is going to have and can fail and is going to have problem with hemoglobin?
Kidneys?
Kidneys. Okay, so watch out. If there is a massive intravascular hemolysis, watch for kidneys. If there is extravascular hemolysis, yeah, spleen's going to be bigger typically. But remember, that's not the only case. There are many causes of splenomegaly, but remember, this is one of the important ones. Okay, guys, so let's finish it over here. I hope you got something out of it. And check the Coiled, because you're going to have lots about the normocytic anemias. There's lots of it. You have to ask hematologists if they want you to know all of that or not. Also check we didn't make the, let's say, morphology of the erythrocytes, because, for example, remember the term schistocytes, those are destroyed erythrocytes, typically in MAHA. Okay, in MAHA you're going to have schistocytes, but also in the prosthesis. Okay, so, and this is basically with MAHA, that's microangiopathic, and with prosthesis is macroangiopathic, because it's the big vessel, okay, lesion. Thank you very much, and see you some other time, okay? So, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. And as always, check the description below for supplementary questions and other materials.